to experience your goodness and gracious. Today, as we begin this new day, we believe that in your graciousness and faithfulness, your promises in our lives will be fulfilled. Welcome us into your care, nourish us in your graces, sustain us in your unconditional love, and console us in whatever situation we may encounter difficulty. May this day bring us happiness, holiness, freedom, good health, fulfillment, and fruitfulness. We ask this through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
The regular session of the 13th City Council is now called to order.
Sa watawat ng Pilipinas. Ako ay Pilipino, buong katang nanunumpa sa watawat ng Pilipinas at sa bansang kanyang sinasagisag na may dangal, katarungan at kalayaan na ipinakikilos ng sambayanang makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan at makabansa.
Lungsod naming mahal, hambok ng silanganan, patungo sa kaunlaran at kaligayahan. Nasa Kanya ang pangarap, tulong lakas, pag-unlad ang may nilay. Langit perlas ng bayan ngayon bukas. Maynila, oh Maynila, dalhin mo ang bandila. Maynila, oh Maynila, tinanggal itong bansa. Maynila, oh Maynila, dalhin mo ang bandila. Maynila, Maynila, oh Maynila, atin ang itong bansa.
Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Good morning, regular session number 95. The honorable members of the 13th City Council of Manila from the 1st District, Councilor Joaquin Andre J.D. Didomagoso, Councilor Jesus Taga Ipahardo Jr., Councilor Eric Ian Onyeva, Councilor Dr. Irma C. Alfonso Huson, Councilor Rosalino June P. Ibay Jr., and Councilor MC Bobby G. Limuen. From the 2nd District, Councilor Darwin Awi Bisia, Councilor numero 1 G. Lim, Councilor Ruben Dr. J. F. Benaventura, Councilor Edward M. Tan, Councilor Rod Ninong N. Laksamana, and Councilor John Christopher Bolong C. From the 3rd District, Councilor Attorney Ernesto Jong C. Sip Jr., Councilor Pamela Paji Pugosa Pascual, Councilor Arlene Malia Atienza, Councilor Timothy Oliver Tol Aysarcal, Councilor Karen C. Alibarbar, and Councilor Jefferson Jeff C. Lau. From the 4th District, Councilor Luisa Marie Lady J. Quintostan, Councilor Don Juan DJ Bagat Singh, Councilor Science A. Reyes, Councilor Kuya Doc Francis Michael U. Almiron, Councilor Kuya Ryan B. Ponce, and Councilor Eunice Ann Denise G. Castro. From the 5th District, Councilor Rafael Che P. Borromeo, Councilor Attorney J.B. Hazizon, Councilor Roberto Bobby S. Espiritu II, Councilor Raimundo Mon Ariopanco, Councilor Chari R. Ortega, and Councilor Mark Anthony Tolmac A. Ignacio. From the 6th District, Councilor Luciano Lu M. Veloso, Councilor Elmer Joel M. Par, Councilor Christian Paul L. Uy, Councilor Voltaire Caloy D. Castañeda, Councilor Pog T. Abante, and Councilor Fernando Doc S. Mercado. Ex-officio members, Councilor Erica Oplaton, and Councilor Juliana Ray Yanyan M. Ibay. Your Honor, as of 10:07 in the morning, we have 21 councilors present in this August chamber.
Given that we have 21 councilors on the floor, we now have a quorum. Mr. Majority Floor Leader, what is your pleasure?
Yes, Your Honor. We are now item number 7, the reading and approval of the minutes of the regular session held on April 15, 2026. Your Honor, I move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the regular session held on April 15, 2026.
There's a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the regular session held on April 15, 2026. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Your Honor, I move for the approval of the minutes of the regular session held on April 15, 2026.
There's a motion to approve the minutes of the regular session held on April 15, 2026. Does anyone second this? It has been seconded by Consejal Fajardo, Consejala Dr. Alfonso, Consejal Ponce, Consejal Nieva, Consejal Buenaventura, Consejal C, Consejal Fugoso, Consejal Atienza, Consejal Sarcal, Consejal Platon, Consejal Alibarbar, Consejal Lau, Consejal Attorney Quintos, Consejal Almiron, Consejala Juliana Ibay, Consejal Castro, Consejal Borromeo, Consejal Par, Consejal Abante, Consejal Veloso. Given that it has been duly seconded, are there any objections? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Your Honor, we are now on item number 8, the business for the day. May I ask the Secretary to please read all under first reading.
Secretary, please read all that's on the first reading.
Item number 1, a letter from Mr. Benjamin G. Amba, President of United Senior Citizens of Barangay 598, Inc., with office address at 4886 San Roque Street, Barangay 598, Old Santa Mesa, Manila, requesting for accreditation as per basic papers.
Your Honor, I move to refer item number 1 to the Committee on Cooperatives, NGOs, and POs.
There's a motion to refer item number 1 to the Committee on Cooperatives, NGOs, and POs. Are there any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Item number 2, a letter from Mr. Engineer Armando L. Andres, City Engineer, relative to the request of RMR Construction, Inc. to grant excavation permit NR-26-SDS-MNI-05 for the project 2026 total pipe replacement in HS Legarda at 21-SAM08G Earnshaw Legarda in Manila Business Area as per basic papers.
Your Honor, I move to refer item number 2 to the Committee on Engineering and Public Works.
There's a motion to refer item number 2 to the Committee on Engineering and Public Works. Are there any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Item number 3, a letter from Punong Barangay, Romulo R. Amante of Barangay 895, Zone 99, District 6, Manila, relative to their approved Barangay Ordinance Number 02, Series of 2026, entitled, Isang Kautusan na Nagtatakda ng Limitasyon sa Bilis ng Pagtakbo ng Mga Sasakyan, 5 km per hour para sa 4 wheels, 10 km per hour para sa motor at e-bikes, at maghigpit na pagbabawal sa mga modified or maingay na tambutso sa loob ng bisinidad ng barangay upang mapanatili ang kaligtasan, kapayapaan at katahimikan ng komunidad, requesting for its review as per basic papers. Item number 4, a letter from Punong Barangay, Rolito Paton Inocencio of Barangay 629, Zone 65, District 6, Manila, relative to their approved Barangay Resolution Number 02, Series of 2026, entitled, Resolution Authorizing the Realignment of Appropriations under the Maintenance and Other Operating Expenses, MOOE, of the annual budget for calendar year 2026 from training expenses to donations to provide immediate assistance to barangay constituents affected by the continuing state of national calamity and national energy emergency, requesting for its review as per basic papers. Item number 5, a verified complaint of Ms. Maria Nolisa Latip Villahermosa for herself and in representation of her minor son, Julian Emmanuel Boldelir Villahermosa, Reponte of Barangay 688, Zone 75, Malate, Manila, against Barangay Kagawad Arnold Galentino, the same barangay, for appropriate action as per basic papers. Item number 6, a complaint affidavit of Mr. Arvin Gutierrez de Leon of Barangay 92, Tondo, Manila, against Punong Barangay Percival C. Santos, former Punong Barangay Germiniana Gemma R. Lumbad, and Barangay Treasurer Angelica Y. Santiago, of all the same barangay, for appropriate action.
Your Honor, I move to refer item numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6 to the Committee on Barangay Affairs.
There's a motion to refer items number 3, 4, 5, and 6 to the Committee on Barangay Affairs. Are there any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Item number 7, a letter from Ms. Jocelyn J. Quintos, Officer in Charge, Human Resource Management and Development Office, relative to the request for concurrence of the Honorable City Council of the signed appointment of Doctora Ma Felma Carlos Tria as City Government Department Head 3 of Universidad de Manila as per basic papers.
Your Honor, since the person to be concurred is not yet around, I move to defer this, Your Honor.
There's a motion to defer the
Item
said
number 7.
item number 7. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Item number 8, annual barangay budget for calendar year 2026. For District 1, Barangay 7, Zone 1, for the amount of 6,181,184 and 6 centavos. Number 2, Barangay 36, Zone 3, 5,954 and 594 pesos and 36 centavos. Number 3, Barangay 46, Zone 3, 5,807 and 411 pesos and 15 centavos. Number 4, Barangay 94, Zone 8, for the amount of 21,390,592 pesos and 86 centavos. For District 2, number 5, Barangay 187, Zone 17, for the amount of 3,997,269 pesos and 98 centavos. Number 6, Barangay 206, Zone 19, for the amount of 6,527,079 pesos and 21 centavos. Number 7, Barangay 237, Zone 22, for the amount of 3,388,500 pesos, 510 pesos and 68 centavos. Number 8, Barangay 240, Zone 22, for the amount of 3,276,630 pesos and 17 centavos. For District 4, number 9, Barangay 461, Zone 45, for the amount of 4,195,374 pesos and 5 centavos. Number 10, Barangay 465, Zone 46, for the amount of 4,931,340 pesos and 42 centavos. Barangay number 11, Barangay 502, Zone 50, for the amount of 4,421,069 pesos and 66 centavos. Number 12, Barangay 506, Zone 50, for the amount of 4,222,883 pesos and 8 centavos. For District 5, number 13, Barangay 679, Zone 74, and for the amount of 4,782,172 pesos and 13 centavos. Number 14, Barangay 784, Zone 86, for the amount of 7,518 pesos, 205 pesos, and 13 centavos. Number 15, Barangay 810, Zone 88, for the amount of 5,724,506 pesos and 55 centavos. Barangay 817, Zone 88, for the amount of 5,021,482 pesos and 84 centavos. District 6. Number 17, Barangay 589, Zone 58, for the amount of 4,052,055 pesos and 83 centavos. Number 18, Barangay 831, Zone 90, for the amount of 12,963,000 pesos and 354 pesos and 41 centavos. Number 19, Barangay 835, Zone 91, for the amount of 7,400,256 pesos and 49 centavos. Barangay 20. Number 20, rather Barangay 20, Barangay 840, Zone 91, for the amount of 6,636 pesos, 636,978 pesos and 25 centavos. Barangay number 21, Barangay 868, Zone 95, for the amount of 6,816,638 pesos and 11 centavos.
Your Honor, I move that we tackle on the floor item number 8, the annual barangay budget for calendar year 2026.
There's a motion to tackle item number 8, the annual barangay budget for calendar year 2026. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Your Honor, I move to defer. I move to dispense with the period of discussion, debate, and amendment.
There's a motion to dispense with a period of discussion, debate, and amendments. Are there any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Your Honor, I move to approve item number 8, the annual barangay budget for calendar year 2026.
There's a motion to approve the budget of the said barangays for the calendar year 2026. Does anyone second this? It has been seconded by Consihal Fajardo, Consihala Dr. Alfonso, Consihal Nieva, Consihal Juni Bay, Consihal Buenaventura, Consihal C, Consihal Fugoso, Consihal Alibarbar, Consihal Lau, Consihal Attorney Quintos, Consihal Bagaching, Consihal Almiron, Consihal Juliana Ibay, Consihal Castro, Consihal Borromeo, Consihal Ortega, Consihal Abante, Consihal Platon, Consihal Veloso. Given that it has been duly seconded, are there any objections? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Your Honor, we're gonna go back to item number 7, as the person to be concurred is already here, Dr. Maria Felma Carlos Tria, and the office of the majority floor leader has already made a resolution for this one. May I ask the secretary to please read the said resolution.
Mr. Secretary, please read the said resolution.
Resolution manifesting the concurrence of the City Council of Manila to the reappointment of Dr. Maria Pelma Carlos Tria as City Government Department Head 3 in the Universidad de Manila, UDM, effective July 1, 2026. Principal authors, Honorable Timothy Oliver Tol I. Sarcal and Honorable Raimundo Mon Ayupanco. Whereas subsection A, Article 119, appointed local officials of the implementing rules and regulations of RA 7160, Local Government Code of 1991, states that unless otherwise provided in this rule, heads of offices and departments in the LGUs shall be appointed by the local chief executive concerned with the concurrence of a majority of all members of the Sanggunian, subject to civil service laws, rules, and regulations. Whereas, in connection therewith, Section 454, Chapter 2 of Republic Act No. 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, provides that unless otherwise provided herein, heads of departments and offices shall be appointed by the city mayor with the concurrence of the majority of all Sangguniang Panlungsod members, subject to civil service law, rules, and regulations. The Sangguniang Panlungsod shall act on the appointment within 15 days from the date of its submission, otherwise the same shall be deemed confirmed. Whereas after careful study and evaluation of the appointees' qualification and other pertinent documents, the City Council of Manila finds that she is highly qualified to occupy the position. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Manila to manifest as it hereby manifests concurrence of the City Council of Manila to the reappointment of Dr. Maria Pelma Carlos Tria as City Government Department Head 3 in the Universidad de Manila, UDM, effective July 1, 2026.
Your Honor, I move that we tackle on the floor the said resolution.
There's a motion to tackle on the floor the said resolution. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Your Honor, I seek the recognition of Councilor Tol Sarcal.
Consial Sarcal, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Para po sa aking mga kasamahan sa Konseho ng Maynila na nagtataka bakit twice in one term bumalik po dito si President Felma, ay ngayon po ang ating pagko-confirm sa kanya ay nagkaroon po kasi tayo ng request din with the different agencies regarding her position na for the past few terms ay hindi po in a term basis ang kanyang position. Even though she has been serving as president of the UDM for several years already, there has been a lot of confusion with regards to her actual appointment. But because of the initiative of the Human Resource Department, or formerly known as the City Personnel Office, we were able to fix the confirmation. And moving forward, I don't think I have to introduce to you that much Dr. Felma Carlos Tria because she has been with us for how many years at kilalang-kilala na po siya ng 13th City Council. And last year po nagkaroon na ng concurrence sa kanya. Ngayon po ay we are confirming her to renew her term, and this term will be officially bounded by a time limit. So para rin po hindi na po mapagod ang kanyang mga legs na pabalik-balik dito sa Konseho ng Maynila. Ito pong term niya ay nakaset na po ng fixed July 1, 2026 up until June 30th, 2030. So 4 more years pa po siya uupo bilang UDM President, and she will be eligible also by the end of this term to renew for a second term bilang President, and sana po ay matapos rin po niya up until the very tail end of her term, given the track record that she has given, the achievements that she has given to the Universidad de Manila, and as well as the recognition that she has brought to the city. And hopefully po ay we continue to support her in her endeavors and her initiatives for the university upang magkaroon rin po ng world-class recognition na po ang ating minamahal na universidad. Kaya I am the first to say congratulations to Dr. Felma Carlos Tria, and I hope that the rest of the 13th City Council will continue to support her in this term and the next, hanggang sa umabot na po na magkaapo na rin po siya, ay presidente pa rin po siya ng ano. No, yun po. Congratulations, Ma'am Felma, and the City of Manila, the 13th City Council is very proud of your achievement, and we hope that you continue to do a great job. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Consial Sarcal.
Yes, with that, Your Honor, ganun din po ang inyong lingkod. Nagko-congratulate din po tayo kay Miss Felma Tria, no, na napakahusay talaga at talagang marami siyang magagaling at magagandang nagawa para sa UDM. At ako, medyo proud din ako sa kanya dahil alam ko marami siya nagawa na nabigyan ng award ang ating eskwelahan ng Universidad de Manila. With that, Your Honor, I move that we open with a period of discussion and debate.
There's a motion to open with a period of discussion and debate. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion is carried. Go ahead, Consial Fogoso.
Maraming salamat po. Tumatayo ako dito para i-congratulate po talaga si Ma'am Pelma Tria na as president ng UDM. Nakasama ko po siya nung ako ay Board of Regents ng UDM. At sa totoo lang po, ang dami niyang nagawa para sa Universidad ng Manila. Talagang nararapat lang po siya sa kanyang posisyon. Kaya sa lahat po ng naitulong ni Ma'am Felma para sa UDM, congratulations. Hindi lang kay Ma'am Felma, kundi sa buong UDM na talaga namang umangat ang ating eskwelahan dahil po sa lahat ng mga tulong ni Ma'am Felma. Kaya Ma'am, congratulations po muli.
Maraming salamat, Consel Fugoso. Senior citizens first. Consel Veloso.
Hindi po ako yun. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ako po ay nakikiisa rin sa pagbati sa ating Dean na si Telma at alam naman po natin na napakaganda ng kanyang ginawa sa UDM and sana po ay ipagpatuloy nyo at 2030, ang tagal nun wala na tayo lahat yata dito. Andiyan ka pa. So mabuhay ka hanggang gusto mo. Again, congratulations po.
Congratulations. Consel C.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nahawa po yata ako sa inyo. Good morning po sa ating lahat. This representation from the 2nd District of Manila fully supports the confirmation of Dr. Maria Felma Carlos Tria. She is very well deserving of the position. Congratulations po, President Felma. Yun lang po, maraming salamat po.
Consel Lau.
Gusto ko pagbati ng congratulations kay Ma'am Telma at ako po sumusuporta dito sa resolution na ating kasama at dahil po sa kanyang sikap at tagal ko na nakilala at talagang nagtatrabaho siya at inangat niya yung pangalan ng UDM sa ating Manila. Maraming salamat po.
Consel Juniban.
Thank you, Your Honor. Junior citizen naman. Una sa lahat, gusto ko lang pumbatiin si Dr. Felma Carlos Tria at gusto ko din bigyan ng konting brief ang mga kasamahan natin sa 13 City Council sa mga nagawa niya. Upon research po, napasama ang UDM sa 2025 Times Higher Education Impact Ranking ng sa 1,001 to 1,500 na universidad sa buong Maynila. Ganon din, nagkaroon tayo sa kanyang pamumuno na naging 100 certificate program tayo, compliance sa COPC, under 18 undergraduate program. Mataas din na naging performance ng license examination, 92 hanggang 41% ang naging passing rate ng criminology kung saan ako galing. Ganon din, 83.33% naman sa nursing. At 100% passing sa special licensure examination sa mga teacher. Mahigit sa 50 international partnership, ang UDM kasama ang Europe at iba pang mga bansa is student exchanging research, academic collaboration. Kaya sa mga nagawa po ng ating butiin presidente ng Universidad de Manila, talaga pong karapat-dapat natin siyang i-compare dito sa 13th City Council. Yun lang po, Your Honor, at maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Consel Jun Ibay. Consel Sia.
Salamat, Your Honor. Ako po'y magpapahayag lamang ng aking suporta at pasasalamat po kay President Tria sa sakripisyo niya po dun sa ating UDM. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, Consel Bagaching.
Thank you, Your Honor. Narinig ko kanina sinabi ni Pro Temp, Tol Sarkal, na nag-apologize siya. Parang sabi niya, pasensya na kung dalawang confirmation na itong ginawa natin kay President Tria. I want to tell him na, Councilor Tol, my friend, you don't have to apologize. We can confirm President Tria 3 times if you want or 4 times if you want. Dahil sa lahat ng mga presidente ng UDM na naranasan anong tawag doon, na nakasama ko, I mean, nung konsyal ako, I can say that siya yung parang the best doon sa compared sa past. And I think now UDM nagiging at par na rin siya sa PLM. So kudos to that. And we in the City Council, we give credit to where credit is due, and we approve the appointments of those who deserve it. So, Madam,
Vice Mayor, with all our mind and heart, we support this confirmation. Thank you po. Congratulations, UDM. I yield back.
All right, let's proceed. Majority Floor Leader.
Yes, with that, Your Honor, I move that we close with a period of discussion and debate.
There's a motion to close with the period of discussion and debate. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Your Honor, I move that we dispense with the period of amendment.
There's a motion to dispense with the period of amendment. Are there any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Your Honor, I move that we approve the said resolution.
There's a motion to approve the said resolution. Does anyone second this? It has been seconded by Konsehala Dr. Alfonso, Consel Nieva, Consel June Ibay, Consel Buenaventura, Consel C, Consel Fagoso, Consel Atienza, Konsehala Libarbar, Consel Lau, Konsehala Attorney Quintos, Consel Bagaching, Consel Almeron, Consel Juliana Ibay, Consel Castro, Consel Borromeo, Consel Ortega, Consel Platon, Consehal Labante, Consehal Veloso, and Consel Uy, Consehal Fajardo, and Consel Par. Give it, Consel Almeron, natawag ko na kayo. Given that it has been duly seconded, are there any objections? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Yes, Your Honor. Before siguro tayo mag-recess, tawagin po natin siguro si Miss Felma Tria para magbigay ng kaunting pananalita at syempre picture taking tayo lahat sa harap. At bago din tayo bumalik sa session ay bilang panimula sa ating pagdiriwang ng ika-125 anibersaryo ng Sangguniang Panlunsod ng Maynila, inaanyayahan po kayong panoorin ng opisyal na commemorative video, no? Right after siguro na pictorial kay Miss Tria. With that, Your Honor, 1 minute recess, Your Honor.
1 minute recess, declared by Chair. Press, the floor is yours. Congratulations.
Thank you. Maraming salamat po sa patuloy na suporta galing po sa mga miyembro ng City Council at kami naman po sa UDM. We will always aspire to bring UDM to the global stage. Yan po talaga ang aim natin. Kanina po na-mention parang humihilera na daw ang UDM sa PLM. Parang sa tingin ko malayo pa po, Konsi. Pero meron po kasing isang very distinct na difference, no? And it comes with our ruling for admission. Kasi po kung ang tulad po ng PLM or iba pa pong mas malalaking universidad, they have the privilege of choosing the brightest, no, to enter their schools. Tayo po, meron din po kasi tayong obligasyon na mapagsilbihan ng mga nasa laylayan ng lipunan. So minsan po, alam nyo po yung pinaka-favorite natin na term, recon, no? So we do try to accommodate as many as we can, and meron po kami sa aming admission na tinatanong kung sila po ay first generation sa kanilang pamilya na makakapasok sa college. At pag nakikita po namin yon, minsan po kahit na hindi natin nakikita yung potential sa entrance exam, pag nakita naman natin na yung report card nila ay pasado naman, ipinapasok pa rin natin. Lalo na yung mga yan sa mga non-board courses. So patuloy po kaming nandito para sa lungsod ng Maynila, and makakaasa po kayo na talagang pagbubutihan namin. In fact po, hinihintay na lang po natin ang formal na pagbigay ng institutional recognition ng Commission on Higher Education. At bukod pa dito, meron po kaming nakaambang visit, no, from ALCOCOA or the Association of Local Colleges, Universities, Commission on Accreditation. Mukhang sa September po sila bibisita. We're aiming for level 3. No? So after ng level 3, gusto po namin maging autonomous status na po ang UDM para mas magalaw pa po natin, magkaroon tayo ng flexibility sa pag-offer ng ating mga programa. So maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta. Magandang umaga.
Oo, tama yan. Uy, iba naman sa inyo dito. Nagsisiksika kayo dyan. Iris, dito. Yung iba dito. Sino? Sa Tol. Tol, ba't ka nandyan? God first. Congratulations!
Yan na. Oh. Ano? Okay.
Mga konsehal, wag muna kayo magbalikan sa inyong mga upuan dahil i-recognize natin ang mga guests na narito ngayon.
Meron pa rin
Second.
po tayong bisita ang Qualified Army Reservist personnel ng 1304th Ready Reserve Infantry Battalion sa pangunguna ni Lieutenant Colonel Xavier C. Celestial, General Staff Corps Philippine Army, Major Alexander C. Chan, First Lieutenant Nelson C. D., Technical Sergeant Erickson Chang, at Private Graciela Junicio, Philippine Army. Welcome po. Sir. Ma'am. Apa. Sama na rin natin itong vaccine. Salamat po. At meron pa rin po tayong isang bisita, ang boxing champion ng IBO Oceania Featherweight, si Sir Sam Japet Enano. Ma'am. Boxing champion, IBO Oceania Featherweight champion, Sam Japet Enano. Seriously?
Sino yun? Picture na tayo. Sino pa? Sila hindi? Hindi, ano yun natin, picture sa kami. May sakit na ating bahis. Ganun ang pala. Dito ka ba? Ang bawal magkasakit sa atin. Rocky, Sek, Sek, sino siya? Announce mo, sino siya? Saan ba yan? Ayan, yung mic ko, yung mic. Hindi po, ang galing.
Ang ating pong bisita from Ruby Tower, si Sir Robbie Raimundo, Sir Jerry Tin, and Sir Rolly So.
Mamaya po natin tatakil sa Ruby Tower. Ito, sino? Okay.
Wala na po, ma'am. Isa na lang. Wala na po. Isang resolution na lang po. Wala. Ay po si Sir Joe.
Happy birthday nga. Yes, this time sa lahat po dito sa konseho, mga konsehal, panoorin po natin itong ating commemorative video, no, para sa ating pagdiriwang ng ika-125 anibersaryo ng Sangguniang Panlusod ng Maynila.
Bawat dakilang institusyon ay may pinagmulan. Bawat batas ay may kasaysayan. At sa puso ng Maynila, isinilang ang isang institusyong sa loob ng mahigit isang siglo ay naging saksi sa paghubog ng mga batas, pamamahala, at paglilingkod para sa kapakanan ng bawat Manilay. Ito ang kwento ng pinagmulan ng Sangguniang Panlungsod ng Maynila. Noong Hulyo 31, taong 1901, ipinasa ng ikalawang Philippine Commission na mas kilala bilang Taft Commission ng Act No. 183 o ang Manila Charter. Ang batas nito ang naging opisyal na batayan ng bagong pamahalaan ng lungsod ng Maynila. Alinsunod sa itinakda ng charter, nagkabisa ito noong Agosto 7, taong 1901, ang araw na formal na naitatag at naikompora ang lungsod ng Maynila sa ilalim ng bagong sistema ng pamahalaan. Ang Manila Charter ay binalangkas ni Brigadier General George W. Davis at hinango ang istruktura nito mula sa pamahalaan ng Washington, D.C. na noon nagsisilbing huwaran ng pamahalaang panlungsod. Sa ilalim ng Section 4 ng Act No. 183, itinatag ang Municipal Board ng Maynila, ang unang lupon na pinagkalooban ng kapangyarihang lehislatibo at ehekutibo. Binubuo ito ng 3 miyembro at 1 kalihim na pawang itinalaga ng Civil Governor. Itinalaga si Arsenio Cruz Herrera bilang unang pangulo ng Municipal Board at kauna-unahang mayor ng Maynila sa ilalim ng bagong charter. Hindi lamang paggawa ng mga ordinansa ang naging tungkulin ng Municipal Board. Ipinagkaloob din dito ang pamamahala ng mahalagang sangay ng lungsod, kabilang ang engineering at public works, police, law, fire and building inspection, at assessment and collection. Sa pamamagitan ng mga unang pagpupulong, ulat at pasya ng Municipal Board, na itatag ang sistematikong pamamahala na naging gabay sa patuloy na pag-unlad ng kabisera ng bansa. Noong 1949, ipinasa ng Kongreso ang Republic Act No. 409 o ang Revised Charter of the City of Manila. Sa ilalim ng bagong charter, na itatag ang tanggapan ng alkalde at vice-alkalde at iba pang halal na mga kinatawan. Ang Municipal Board ay muling binuo bilang lehislatibong sangay at nahati rin sa 4 na distrito ang lungsod. Ang unang distrito ay binubuo ng Tondo. Ang ikalawang distrito ay kinabibilangan ng San Nicolas, Binondo, Quiapo, at Santa Cruz. Ang ikatlong distrito naman ay sumasaklaw sa Sampaloc at San Miguel. Habang ang ika-4 na distrito ay binubuo ng Intramuros, Port Area, Ermita, Malate, Paco, Pandacan, at Santa Ana. Ang mga pagbabagong ito ang higit pang nagpatibay sa demokratikong pamamahala at sa mahalagang papel ng Konsehong Panlungsod sa paggawa ng mga batas para sa Maynila. Mula sa isang charter, mula sa 3 kasapi ng Municipal Board, isang institusyong nagsimula noong 1901, ang patuloy na humuhubog sa kinabukasan ng Maynila. Sa loob ng 125 taon, ang Sangguniang Panlungsod ng Maynila ay naging katuwang ng paglikha ng mga batas, paghubog ng mga patakaran, at pagsusulong ng kapakanan ng lungsod at ng bawat Manilenyo. At ang kasaysayang ito ay patuloy pang isinusulat.
Lakpakan natin ang team ni Sir Joshua Santiago na siyang gumawa ng paraan para mahanap ang Manila Charter na ito. I believe this is the first time that this will ever happen in the City Council. That's why thank you very much, because as I said, when we entered this, I really wanted the 13th City Council to make a difference. Anyways, for tomorrow, since hindi pa naman tayo nag-session na actual, no? Gusto ko lang malaman ninyo may event tayo for the 125th founding anniversary ng Manila City Council, and it starts at 9 a.m. here. So there will be a Thanksgiving Mass, and then there will be the unveiling and opening of the Heritage Exhibit, which will be held in the Bulwagan. We will have an anniversary parade, but you don't have to be there. But what I request from you, but this is not mandatory, para lang maging festive ang celebration natin tomorrow, kung meron kayong mga hinahain ng mga pagkain, chichirya, ice cream, o kung ano-ano pa man sa inyong mga distrito, kung pwede nyo ilagay ito sa labas ng inyong mga opisina para sa lahat ng mga dadaan, lalo't lalo na sa mga empleyado natin dito sa Sangguniang, ma-celebrate naman nila ang anibersaryong to. And of course, at 12 noon, there will be a boodle fight para sa lahat ng gustong sumali. But anyway, this memo will be given to you, and I think it was already given to your COS a few days before. But nevertheless, I hope that everybody can participate so that kahit papaano maramdaman ng mga empleyado natin dito sa Sangguniang na suportado rin natin sila. Maraming salamat. Kahit anong gusto mo, Consel DJ Bugaching. Anyway, session resume.
Yes, Your Honor, we are now on item number 9, other matters. And meron po dito, item number 9, since the principal author is not around, I move that we defer item number 9.
There's a motion to defer item number 9. Are there any objections? Seeing none, motion is carried.
Your Honor, we don't have any more items on our regular agenda, but we still have one more item to tackle. I move that we suspend the rules, Your Honor.
There's a motion to suspend the rules. Are there any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried. Rules are now suspended.
Your Honor, may I ask the Secretary to please the resolution commemorating the 58th anniversary of the Ruby Tower tragedy.
Okay, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Resolution commemorating the 58th anniversary of the Ruby Tower tragedy of August 2, 1968 as a continuing reminder of the importance of building safety, earthquake preparedness, and disaster resilience. Sponsored by Honorable Jefferson Jeff C. Lau, Honorable Karen C. Alibarbar, Honorable Timothy Oliver Tol I. Sarcal, Honorable Arlene Malia Atienza, Honorable Pamela Pa G. Pogoso Pascual, and Honorable Attorney Ernesto Jong C. Isip Jr. Whereas in the early morning of August 2, 1968, a powerful earthquake struck Luzon and caused the 6-story Ruby Tower in Manila to collapse, claiming hundreds of lives and leaving many others injured and homeless. Whereas beneath the fallen concrete were families, workers, and ordinary residents whose lives were suddenly taken, turning the Ruby Tower into one of the most painful symbols of disasters in the history of Manila. Whereas amid the tragedy, rescuers, soldiers, medical workers, civic organizations, volunteers, and members of the Filipino-Chinese community worked together in the hope of finding survivors, demonstrating courage and compassion in a time of great sorrow. Whereas the tragedy remains a solemn warning that an earthquake may be unavoidable, but the loss of life caused by the unsafe structures, poor construction practices, weak enforcement, and lack of preparedness can and must be prevented. Whereas Presidential Decree number 1096, otherwise known as the National Building Code of the Philippines, seeks to safeguard life, health, property, and public welfare by prescribing minimum standards for the design, construction, use, occupancy, and maintenance of buildings and structure. Whereas the Public Act number 10121, otherwise known as the Philippine Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Act of 2010, requires local governments to give priority to disaster prevention, mitigation, preparedness, and community resilience. Whereas as an old, densely populated, and continuously developing city, Manila must remain vigilant in inspecting buildings, identifying structurally vulnerable properties, enforcing construction standards, maintaining clear emergency access routes, and preparing communities for strong earthquakes. Whereas the commemoration of the Ruby Tower tragedy must go beyond remembrance and serve as a continuing call for responsible construction, honest inspection, strict enforcement, and collective preparedness. Now therefore be it resolved as it hereby resolved by the City Council of Manila to commemorate the 58th anniversary of the Ruby Tower tragedy and to honor the memory of its victims as well as the courage of the survivors, rescuers, medical workers, volunteers, and organizations that extended assistance during the disaster. Resolved further that the City Government of Manila, through the appropriate offices and in coordination with concerned national agencies, is respectfully urged to continuously strengthen the inspection and structural assessment of all visibly deteriorated, illegally altered, or potential hazardous buildings, the strict enforcement of the National Building Code, the first code, and applicable structural occupancy and safety standards, the identification and appropriate action on dangerous buildings and structures with due notice and observance of lawful procedures, regular earthquake drills, evacuating planning, public education, and community-based disaster preparedness, the training equipment, and coordination of emergency, medical rescue, and engineering personnel, and the preservation and promoting of the Ruby Tower tragedy as part of Manila's historical memory and disaster risk education. Resolved finally that copies of this resolution be furnished to the Office of the City Mayor, the Manila Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, the Office of the City Engineer, the Bureau of Fire Protection Manila, the Department of Public Works and Highways, DOST, PhilBox, concerned barangays, and appropriate historical and civic organizations for their information and consideration.
Your Honor, I move that we tackle on the floor the said resolution.
There's a motion to tackle on the floor, said resolution. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Your Honor, I seek the recognition of one of the principal author, Honorable Jeff Lau.
Consiel Lau, you're recognized.
Morning. Noong madaling araw ng August 2, 1968, gumuho ang Ruby Tower sa Manila matapos ang isang malakas na lindol. Hundreds of lives were lost, families were broken, and the tragedy became one of the darkest chapters in the history of the city. The Ruby Tower incident reminds us that earthquakes cannot be prevented, but many deaths can be avoided through safe construction, honest inspection, strict enforcement of building standards, and proper disaster preparedness. This resolution seeks to honor the victims, survivors, rescuers, and volunteers of the tragedy. Higit sa lahat, layunin nitong gawing buhay na aral ang kanilang sinapit upang patuloy na masuri ang mga lumang gusali, mapalakas ang earthquake preparedness, at matiyak na ang kaligtasan ng tao ay hindi kailanman isinasantabi. Ang tunay na pagunita ay hindi lamang pag-alala sa mga nasawi. It is the continuing duty of the prevent the same tragedy from happening again. In view of the foregoing, the immediate adoption of this resolution is earnestly sought.
Okay. Maraming salamat, Konsehalo.
Yes, with that, Your Honor, I move that we dispense with the period of discussion, debate, and amendments.
There's a motion to dispense with the period of discussion, debate, and amendments. Are there any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Your Honor, I move that we approve the said resolution.
There's a motion to approve the said resolution. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion is carried. Go ahead, Gonzalo.
Hinikayat ko ang ating mga kasamahan na supportan itong resolution at pati ating presiding officer. Thank you po.
Maraming salamat.
Yes, with that, Your Honor, we don't have any more items to tackle. I move that we lift with the suspension of the rules.
Your Honor, sorry, point of order lang po.
Yes.
May I request lang, kasi mukhang magaganda naman po yung mga ordinansa and mga resolution na pinapasa
Sorry, hindi
natin.
kita masyado marinig. Pwedeng pakilakasan.
Yes. So, Your Honor, mukhang maganda naman po yung mga ordinansa at resolution na pinapasa natin. So, I brought this up last session po when there was another presiding officer. Sana po yung mga pinapakita, yung mga nasa other matters po, pinapakita po at the very least sa screen, yung title and the basic paper.
Yes, Your Honor, it's noted already. And it's just a simple resolution, but sige, noted po at siguro next time ipopost na po natin. We only have one item to tackle for today.
For future reference lang po. Because we were talking about it, sabi namin, ano po yung resolution? Kasi medyo garalgal nga po yung mic, di namin maintindihan maayos. So it's better lang po kung nakikita natin para we can add our 2 cents in it as well. So thank you po. Yun lang naman.
Alright. Maraming salamat, Consigliere Muan, but noted on that matter.
Thank you.
Mr. Secretary, please take note of that. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, I already made the motion. I move that we lift with the suspension of the rules.
There's a motion to lift the suspension of rules. Are there any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried. Rules are now reinstalled.
Your Honor, I move to adjourn.
Session adjourned.